1 minute.
First of all, Mrs Damanaki, let me welcome you to the European Parliament and let me thank you for the answers you have given us so far. I have enjoyed what you have said as a politician familiar with technical issues and as a technocrat who knows a lot about policy and political issues. We know that aquaculture often has a negative impact on the environment and tourism, because sustainability isn't just about environmental sustainability, but also about economic and social sustainability, and often that isn't taken into account by aquaculture. Do you believe that the development of aquaculture and sustainability are compatible? And what are the actions that you're planning to take, if any, and if you can mention them now, in order to promote organic aquaculture, which is sustainable? Thank you very much, Mr. Tsoukalas. My answer to your question on whether aquaculture is compatible with sustainability is that I hope so. We're going to try and achieve this. According to scientists, it is possible. So if the scientists are saying so, and if we have the right scientific base and evidence to do this, then we should push forward. Now, when you talk about the development of aquaculture going hand in hand with sustainability, it can only be achieved if there are certain conditions, and we need to make sure that we apply these conditions. It is absolutely necessary to see how aquaculture can be compatible with the environment. There are a vast array of environmental issues that crop up in this respect, but the scientists say that they do have the answers, so that if we work hand in hand with DG Environment, I think it will be possible. We need to have a coherent and consistent policy on aquaculture, and of course we will be working hand in hand with the European Parliament, who's very sensitive, and I think that we'll be able to deal with this. But then there are other issues as well. You talked about organic aquaculture. It's all about the fish meal that fish get when they grow. And of course, this would mean that the fish meal would have to be of a plant origin as opposed to animal origin. But we can talk about this in order to ensure higher quality of aquaculture. I would like to talk about cooperation between aquaculture and tourism, and I think that cooperation is the key word here. I think that they can coexist if certain conditions are met. And that is why we have an integrated maritime policy and integrated spatial planning. We can use the tools available to us to ensure that spatial planning allows space for both tourism and aquaculture.
Thank you. 30 seconds supplementary.
Your answer allows me to set a little trap for you. Since you talked about scientific research, when it comes to research and the harnessing of innovative techniques, what are you planning to do in the area of aquaculture? Research is of key importance. I know, Mr. Tsoukalas, that on the basis of the experience you've garnered, you know this full well. Unfortunately, we have paltry financial resources. We don't have enough money. The money that DG Mare has for research is not very generous, and we have to use some of this in order to get scientific support from ICES and the Scientific Committee on Fisheries and Aquaculture. So there isn't a lot of room for manoeuvre, and I don't know whether we'll be able to commission a specific study on aquaculture, and even if we did, it would have to be a vast, all-encompassing study. Now, when it comes to the 5th research programme, I'm going to have to work hand in hand with the Commissioner if she gets the endorsement of the European Parliament, and maybe we'll be able to tap into funding from the research budget.